Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today we're going to go ahead and break down the A-10 Warthog style Starship. And I'm going to build this thing up for you guys and present you a build guide for it. This was requested over on the Facebook groups that I put out a build guide for this. So here we go. Give me a couple seconds to just tear this thing down and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, now that we've got this bad boy broken apart, let's go ahead and snap it together. Before you guys can get started with this, you're going to need to pick up a couple specialty parts. We are using a Teo 200 landing bay. We're also using a Deimos slim docker. I'm not sure if these parts are special or not. You might be able to get them from your landing pad with Shipbuilder. Otherwise, this will be available from Deimos and this will be available from Teo. Besides those parts, we're also using Slayton Aerospace SAL 6830 engine and two Slayton Aerospace 4220 engines, but you're actually going to want to put on 4330s here instead. So those you'll need to pick up from New Homestead, along with two NG20 landing gear and two NG20 landing gear 4. Okay, that's it for specialty parts. Everything else is available at your landing pad with Shipbuilder at your outpost. That's where you're going to want to put this thing together. All right, first thing you're going to place down is your Shipbed 200 landing bay in the aft position so that the opening is facing the back of your ship. Connected to that, we have a Teo companionway 1x1 in the bottom A variant with no connectors on the side. And our 100 DP slim docker is connected underneath that. Next over is a Teo control station 2x1 bottom B. Connected to that is a Nova Cowling 2L in the BM variant. So if you're not familiar, this is what the Nova Cowling will look like in your guide. And if you just select it and change the variant, it's the top mid, the TM, and then if you flip it, it's the BM, the bottom mid. Okay? So put a bottom mid right here, Nova Cowling. And then in front of that, you're going to connect the Hope Tech thruster. All right? After that, you're going to drop down a Deimos hole on top of your landing bay. Grab a Teo companionway 1x1 mid and attach that next. And then you're going to grab another Teo 2x1 bottom mid, or bottom B rather, and place that here. I'm using two control stations. This gives me my maximum crew in my ship. Next, you're going to want to drop in a Nova Cowling 2L TM. And then in front of that, you're going to place a Nova Cowling 2L TF. And then you're going to drop down another Nova Cowling 2L in the bottom 4 variant. Attach that to the bottom here. It's going to be red. Flip it twice. Cancel. Then move this piece off and bring in a Deimos Cowling in the 4 variant. And now you can move this in, snap it as red, flip it twice, and cancel. Okay. Next, you're going to want to bring in a Deimos bumper, port aft. Duplicate it, flip it to the other side. And then bring in a Deimos bumper. Attach that, or Deimos belly. Attach it to the back as red, flip it twice, and cancel. Now we're going to merge all of these components into this Deimos hole. So you're going to want to duplicate this and put 2 of them right here, and then copy those. And just, put these somewhere off to the side. Grab your reactor. I'm using a Pinch 8Z. We want to drop that down one spot into there. So select the reactor in this bottom hole and duplicate them down. And now it's dropped down one spot, so you can delete the top one and delete this. Now we're going to bring in our fuel. I'm using a 700 HE3 tank. And I'm going to put that right here. I need to drop this down twice. So we're going to select the fuel in the Deimos hole and duplicate once. And select the bottom fuel in the bottom hole and duplicate again. Now we can delete the extras and our fuel's down there. Same thing with the grav drive. Select that grav drive in the bottom hole, duplicate. Select the bottom hole in the bottom grav drive and duplicate. And now you can delete the extra parts. Slap your shield on. I'm using the Vanguard Bulwark shield. You could use an Assurance SG 1800 if you want. I like to use this shield though. And this one we only need to drop it down one time so it's sitting on the hole. So select your shield, bottom Deimos hole, duplicate. And now you can delete the bottom hole, you can delete the extra shield, and you can delete these 2 Deimos holes. And you should be looking at something like this. All right, next, grab a Teo 2x1 top B. I'm using a captain's quarters. You can use whatever you'd like here. Duplicate that up once. Then grab your cockpit. I'm using a Magellan C2. Place that up on the top and duplicate it one time. It'll drop down. Now you can delete this cockpit. And then grab a Teo cowling, flip it to the 4 top variant, snap it right here. It's going to be red. Flip it twice, cancel. And now we want to drop it down. So select the cowling and select your bottom Deimos hole and duplicate it down. Now you can delete these 2, and we can delete this extra part here. Alrighty. Next up, Teo companionway 1x1 top B. Go ahead and just put that right there. And then duplicate a Deimos hole, put it on your belly, and then duplicate that and put it on here. Now we're going to duplicate this inside the grav drive. So select that hole, select this hole, duplicate down. Now we can delete the extras. Now that's what you're looking at. So our grav drives and reactors are completely covered with holes. And that takes care of these 2 parts. Also don't need any of this. And that. Okay. Now we get to the fun part. So it's the wings. All right, so for the wings, pretty easy. Slap these into the middle position. And then duplicate it over here. Make sure it's in the middle, not on the bottom or the top. All right, and then grab yourself an extra Deimos hole and attach that to the back. And then duplicate one to the side. Select both of these and copy them. And put them on the other side. Now you can duplicate this part, snap it into place here, flip it twice, cancel. Okay? Same thing on this other side. All right, now I want you to put a Deimos hole on the front here. Put a Deimos hole here. Bring over 3 of these. Copy them. Copy them over here. You're going to bring in 3 Stroud Cap C's. And put those, attach them to your Deimos holes. Okay? Once they're attached, you can delete the holes. And now we're going to drop these down. So select all 6. And select your bottom Deimos hole and duplicate down. Okay. Now you can delete all these extra parts. And we're looking at that. grab yourself a Nova Cowling, and you're gonna flip it so it's upside down and bring it on right there. Then duplicate that and flip it and put it right there. Okay, then duplicate that, flip it, and attach it there, and duplicate, flip, and attach there. And now, what I'd like you to do is move this part off and move this part off. Just temporarily. Okay, what you're gonna do is bring in a Deimos Skeg B and attach it right there on the edge. Okay. Bring in a Skeg A, Deimos Skeg A, and place it in the front. Shoot, you know what? Back up. Undo until these are back on the ship. We don't want to move those yet. So just tap your undo button until you get back to here. Okay? And then from this point, now you can put your Skeg on. And then put your Skeg A on. Then you're going to duplicate that and flip it, put it back here. That's why we want this part here right for now. Okay, so that's that. And now you can bring in a Deimos Spine A. Actually, no, don't do this yet. We want to get this part in, and it won't snap, right? This is a Deimos Spine F. So at this point, now you can take these off. Okay. Put on your Spine F. On top of that, put on a Spine D4. And on top of this, put on a Spine A4. Okay? So now we've got that. And now you could bring in your NG20 landing gear, your 4, and put that right behind the cowling. And then we're going to grab in our other regular NG20 landing gear and put that right behind this one. Okay? And now you could select both the landing gear, select all 3 skegs, select this Spine F, Spine D, and Spine A. And we're going to duplicate all of that and attach those right to the end here, like that. Okay? Then you could grab these 2 landing gear and move them into their position there. Okay. Now that you got that, duplicate this part and bring it off, and then select it and change the variant to the back. And then duplicate that again. Grab one of them, snap it right here, flip it twice and cancel. And then grab the other one and drop it right here, flip it twice and cancel. All right. And now we just need to get these back into place. So since they don't flip, we will have to drop it down. So what we're going to do is grab a Deimos hole and get one into place on the end, on each end. Okay, right there and there. spine. Let's move our spine off real quick. Just briefly move your spine off. Oh, both spines. All right, now that those are in place, we could delete these two, select your spine, or select your cap C's and this bottom Deimos hole and duplicate down. And then delete your extras. And now you can slap in your spine D and your spine A. And same over here. Spine D, spine A. Now you're going to grab a Nova Caling 2LPF. Attach that to the side here. Duplicate it and change the variant to the PM and attach it there. And then you could select both of these and duplicate them. Bring them over here, select and flip. Select and flip. Put those into place. And now those are done. Now you could grab a Deimos bumper and connect it to the middle position here as red. Flip it twice and cancel. And then duplicate that. Place it on the grid. Select it, flip it. Now put it into place as red. And flip it twice and cancel. All right. So that's that. Now you could go ahead and bring out your Slayton Aerospace 4330 engine. I'm not sure why I have these 42s, but we're going to bring out 43s. .4330s. Let me grab some paint. Now you're going to want to flip this so that it looks like that. Okay, and then duplicate it and flip it so you got that. Then bring out a Stroud braking engine. And you could just attach it to here and then duplicate it and attach it to here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these two and move them right there. Okay. Then you can grab these two and put them on the other side. And that's it. Our wings are done, folks. Go ahead and grab, well, weapons. You guys could pick your weapons at the end. So we'll go over that later. All right, next up, we are going to complete the top. Okay. Going to go ahead and drop in a Deimos Spine A4, and then a Deimos Spine C4, Deimos Cowling 4, and 2 Deimos holes. To the back of your Deimos holes, go ahead and attach your Slayton Aerospace 6830 engine, and if you didn't have this unlocked, then you could put on the 5830 engine. And now we need to duplicate 2 parts into this, so bring up extra Deimos hole right there. Okay, now connect to the top a Nova bracer, and then you're going to select the bracer and this bottom Deimos hole and duplicate them down and delete the extras. Now we've got a bracer in here. And now to the top of that, connect Deimos tail A, and then select it and select this bottom hole A and then duplicate down. Okay, now you can delete that, and then grab this Deimos Spine A and put it right there. All right. Next up, go ahead and grab a Nova thruster array and connect that to the front here. Then you could just duplicate it and flip it and bring it to the other side. Next up, we're going to bring in some Deimos wings. Connect it right here, just in front of the thruster array. Then duplicate it and change the variant and snap it right there. And then just duplicate and flip these to the other side. Right there. Okay. At this point, we're going to end up having some braking engines covering this part. So decide upon what weapons you're going to use. And you're going to end up hiding one of them here. I'm going to use Disruptor 3340 Alpha Beams. And I could have 4 of these, so I'm going to put all of them here. So one there, I'm going to duplicate it to get one on the bottom. And then I'm going to put one over here. And then I'm going to duplicate that and put one to the bottom. That gives me my 12 power on my Disruptor 3340s. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to hide a weapon here. So I'm going to bring in a equipment plate and an MKE-9 Gauss gun, and I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to duplicate one of these off to the side for a quick second. And then I'm going to put my cowling back in, snap it as red, and flip it twice, cancel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of these on the bottom here, on the back, right there. And then I'm going to duplicate that to the other side. And that's my 3 Gauss guns. So I have maximum power on my Gauss guns. And then I'm also going to put on some Devastator 1500 missiles. I'm going to put 2 of these here. One there. And one there. And then we'll get to the rest in a second. Okay, so from this point, what you can do is grab a Stroud bracer engine bracer and connect that to your Nova bracer. Okay, just go ahead and duplicate that to the other side. And then you're going to grab a Stroud Cap A in the port 4 and a Nova cowling or a Teo cowling and put those like this. Now from here you're going to drop down a Deimos Spine F and then duplicate it here and then duplicate it here. And then grab yourself a Deimos Spine E and put that right on top. Actually, don't put this here yet. So here's where I'm going to put my other 2 Devastator missiles. So I'm going to put these on top. Now what I'm going to do is really quickly build out this other side. Duplicate and flip. Duplicate. And then I'm going to duplicate all of this, even my weapon. And I'm going to put that there. And now I want to just drop these down onto here. So I'm going to select my equipment plate. And this equipment plate. And then this bottom hole. And I'm going to duplicate down. Okay, now I can delete that hole. Delete this weapon and equipment plate. And delete this weapon and this equipment plate. And now I have 4 Devastators on my ship. We'll slap on the spine E's, duplicate one over here. Okay. Now you're going to duplicate this and flip it here. Snap it into place as red. Flip it 4 times and cancel. Duplicate a cowling. Snap that into place as red. Flip it twice and cancel. And same over here. Oops. Duplicate this. Flip it how you need it. Snap it into place as red. Flip it 4 times and cancel. And then duplicate a tail cowling. Flip it, snap it into place as red. Flip it twice and cancel. And there we go, folks. We are almost there. We're done with the drop down glitching now. So it's just 3 more parts to bring in and we're done. So you're going to bring in a Nova 1050 engine and connect that right behind your Devastators and onto the middle Deimos cowling or Deimos hull A right there. It's going to be red, so flip it twice and cancel. Duplicate that and flip it to the other side. Flip it twice and cancel. And then now bring in some Teo braking engines. Snap them onto the engine. Flip it twice and cancel. Now, but at this point, it's not actually connected. So all you need to do is just select it and it will click into place and be green. And now accept that. Okay, so then duplicate that. And then flip it. And now snap it as red. Flip it twice. Cancel. Select. Accept. And now grab yourself a Deimos bumper. Put that back here. Duplicate it twice and cancel. Okay, duplicate that. Flip it. Snap it into place. Flip it twice. Cancel. And there you go, folks. There's the A-10 Warthog. I hope that guide was easy enough for you to follow. If you got any questions on the build, just drop them into the comments and I'll be happy to answer. And got a lot more ship builds coming up. So subscribe if you'd like to get notifications on those. We are going to be doing the Morning Glory. Curtis Builds already has a Tomcat. I have an Apache. We've got all kinds of ships in here, folks. We've got a F-22 Raptor, a Blue Angel, F-14 or F-16. We got a Swordfish. We've got a Blackbird. We've got the Tailspin Sea Duck. I mean, we got Scorn Falcon. We've got a Mavis. We've got the Planet Express, a Chimera, a Penguin, a Freestar Eagle. I mean, a little mini fly with everything put into one tiny package. Look at the BNSF SD 40.2 engine. We've got a Harrier AV-8B, Discovery Shuttle, Monte Rosa, Thunderbird 3, Thunderbird 4, Jigsaw, Ripsaw, Sherman Halo Tank. We've got a Mech Warrior. We've got a John Deere Combine. I mean, guys, comment what you want me to put the build guide next to, and we'll do it. Hope this helped you guys out. And until the next one, everybody, peace out.